use 5 pound weight plates as a do-it-yourself barbell jack. What I mean by that is, let's say you're doing trap bar deadlifts and you're trying to load 400 pounds on the trap bar. You're trying to do 4 plates per side. Okay, if you're just keeping the trap bar as is, the 45-pound plate is going to take you like a minute just to slide on. You got to wiggle the thing on, and it's at a horizontal angle. And if you're lifting heavy, it might take you 7 minutes to load up the damn trap bar. And by then you've already, half a workout is just putting the fucking thing on. Then you got to take it off, and it's a real hassle. So you put a 5-pound plate underneath the trap bar, and underneath where you're loading the weights. You can see in the article how this looks. And then you've got the weight coming down on an angle. So you can just put the 45-pound on, and it slides down nice and easy. And you load the whole thing within, a minute at the most. It's a very, very easy way of getting the weights on. Number 16, don't shit where you eat. Okay? Don't pick up girls or hit on girls at the gym. A lot of PUA guys will tell you to hit on girls all over the place and not to feel shame and not to worry. Well, I don't buy that, because everyone feels some type of shame. And you can feel a lot less shame than the average person like I do, but still, like, if you hit on a girl at the gym and she rejects you, okay, it's not a big deal, but she might talk about you at the gym, you might get a reputation. Or you date the girl for a while, you fuck her and you're not into it anymore, and she could be mad at you at the gym, she could bring drama, she could, might be awkward between the two of you. I view that as like, the gym is like your workplace. You don't want to shit where you eat, you don't want to mess those two things up. And it's like, guys, if you maxed out your sexual market value, you're not going to need to hit on girls at the gym. You're going to have so many other options. You're going to be able to do day game and online game and social serve and all these different things. Just leave that as your time, okay? Number 17, take as much rests between sets as you need, all right? This is very important. If you're following my routine where I only have one upper body and one lower body exercise, the reason I do that for my minimalist training routine is because, let's say you're doing one day where you're doing, you're doing the bench press, and then you got a set of squats. Okay, so the bench press, if you're pushing to fatigue, is going to take a fair amount out of you. You want to be going into those set of V squats with all your energy, because you are trying to break a personal best, and you're trying to get your legs when you have the maximum energy possible. That's why I don't have a million exercises on my routines, because the way I see it, I only care about maximum strength, and if I'm tired, I'm not going to be able to hit maximum strength. It's like the reason I don't do an hour of cardio before I go in and do a set of heavy squats, because I'm only going to be able to do 50% of my max, and if I'm doing 50% of my max and not breaking records, I'm not going to grow. So I want you to take a lot of rest between your sets so that you are coming in at 100%, if possible, into that next set. You want to be as close to 100% as possible so that you can break that record. Make sense? All right. Number 18, use stims. I use a stim like caffeine before every exercise, not every exercise, but every time I go to the gym, because that puts me in a great mood for working out. I have great energy and I can break records, and that's what it's all about. In Canada, when I used to live in Canada, ephedrine was legal there, so I use that. That's a great thing to use as well. Assuming you don't have a heart condition. Kratom is another great drug that acts as a stimulant. You can check out my article on how to destroy plateaus using kratom at revolutionarylifestyledesign.com. Number 19, stretch before, after, and during. You can't stretch enough. A good thing to do is when you're taking that long rest period between each set, between the different exercises, go over to the stretching area, take out the resistance band, stretch out your shoulders, use the Theracane to massage your back, stretch, do some calf stretches to get your legs warmed up, do some joint circles, circle your elbow out, circle your knees out, get everything loose and limber and ready to go. and do this before, during, and after. You've only got one body, and it takes 10 minutes maybe, and it's super important to do that. And that's something that I see most guys don't stretch at all, and it's just not smart. Number 20, breathe through reps with your mouth. Okay, this is important. Breathe through reps with your mouth. This is going to be counter to a lot of the advice you hear. A lot of the advice you hear is breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And that's great for cardio, that's great for day-to-day life, but that will hinder you in your maximum strength output. The way that you do it is on the inbound of the rep, you breathe in with your mouth, and on the outbound part of the rep, you breathe out strong. Okay? The reason I do inbound with my mouth is because I'm not able to take in a full, powerful breath of air with my nose. When on the inbound, I might be able to take in only 75% of the air that I need to give my lungs a full tank. And if I'm closing in on the last rep, I want an absolute full tank so I can push and breathe out as hard as I possibly can and use my breath to power out the final rep. And if I've breathed in with my nose prior to that, I'm not going to be able to get that full tank of air, and I'm not going to be able to get that sudden burst of air when I need it. When I've just maxed out the second last rep, I want to get as much air in as possible because I'm going to be gasping for breath, and I want to fill my lungs with air as absolutely fast as possible. Okay, this is not healthy breathing for life. This is not a breath control exercise. This is breaking plateaus. Okay, and breaking plateaus means that you want to do whatever you can to make that happen. I'm not telling you to breathe like this for the rest of your life, but I'm saying breathe in through the mouth, out through the mouth to get that full tank of energy for each exercise. Okay, and again, you want on the inbound part of the rep, you're breathing in. On the outbound part of the rep, you're breathing out, and use your breathing to do a lot of the work for you. Finally, last point, stay in your zone. Okay, stay in your zone. When I go to the gym, that's my time. I got my headphones on. Sometimes I have the hood up. I'm not talking to people. I'm not fluttering around. I'm not doing chit chat. I'm trying to get myself into a trance. I'm trying to focus on my muscles. I'm trying to get into a trance so I can be in this perfect focused trance, be totally in tune with my muscles, and go in there and do work. And I love going to the gym. I love doing my cardio because I feel terrific after it. And I'm going there to do work. Okay, that is my workspace. I'm not going there to talk to girls. I'm not going there to chit chat or fuck around. I'm there to get into a trance, stay in my zone, do my thing, and go home. All right. You'll notice the guys who are always walking around, talking, fluttering around, they always seem to stay the same size. They don't get any bigger because they're not serious about their training. Okay, if you're serious about the training, you're going in there to do work, you're going in there to stay in your zone, and you're going in there to get results, which is breaking fucking plateaus.